to the Prodigal Son Project. My name is Gary Young. I am your host and storyteller, and boy do I have a story to tell. A story that is over the top, through the roof, off the chart, and true. But it isn't truly for you until you come to see that it's all about you. And it can have no value until you come to see that it's all true. Now this makes me a messenger, and that is precisely how I can be authentic. For all I wish to do is share what has been shared with me by Spirit. Why? Because it has finally become too much to me to keep for myself. It's too important and too valuable. It begins with two miracles. The first is what I call the deeper meaning miracle, where our true identity and purpose has been hiding in a famous parable. Second is the proof and description of what it is to actually be this identity found in the parable, which is also verified by the second miracle, the revelation of the ascension. Please remember, I am only a messenger, and it is simply my heart's desire to share with you what Spirit has shared with me. So, I am coming out of the closet as a Christian mystic, which is very different than being a Christian in Orthodox Christianity. Not only that, but in my wanting to be authentic and transparent, even though my incarnation here comes with a birth certificate, I confess I have a particular view of this world and its human inhabitants as though I am not from here. This would explain why I have been visited hundreds of times by spacecraft, which I feel is my extraterrestrial family. But all that is another story. In the winter of 2016, I was shown the deeper meaning of the parable of the prodigal son. This was followed by my being shown the means to experience how the parable comes alive, and therefore why it is supremely meaningful. This is experienced when you answer the three questions. Speaking of questions, the following are questions that have been answered in these two miracles when added to the story of the cosmic drama, which is its own short video series. What about these questions? Is there a God, and if so, why would God create a world like this? If God is love, why doesn't God take away all the suffering? Is there life after death of the body? If so, do we go to heaven, or is there another dimension and or reincarnation? If there is a heaven, why is there separation from heaven? Is the fall from grace a true event? And if so, what really happened? And last, why is it that mankind does not feel that the persona is a true identity and therefore asked, who am I really? Let's have a look. The three questions begins with, are you the prodigal son? Are you the one the master was teaching to and talking about? Because it's later than you think, and I wish to save you time, the answer is yes. You are the prodigal son. The second question is, who were you before you were the prodigal son? The answer is right there in the parable. An answer you may need to get ready for, and that is why we are here to help. The answer is you were the Son of the Father. The third question is, whose idea was it to leave the Father's house? The answer is clear. It was the Son of the Father. This is cosmic and quintessential stuff. It is time to take blasphemy off the table. As a result of being given the revelation of the ascension, I can state that we apparently have two identities, and in truth, one of them is without a doubt the Son of the Father. Please remember that in spirit all are androgynous, and everything presented in the Prodigal Son Project, PSP, is gender inclusive. Listen. After witnessing my open-hearted friend receiving a phenomenal healing miracle, she informed me that we were to be at a particular place on the following day, but she would not say why, except to indicate that it was connected to the amazing miracle that had just occurred. The short version of what transpired at this mysterious meeting is this. 2 days after my friend had been told she was to be in the hospital for 3 weeks, it was on a weeknight when we sat down in a mostly empty movie theater. I thought we were there to watch the new release of a 3-hour movie, Jesus of Nazareth, starring Robert Powell. The big mystery was revealed when the real Jesus of Nazareth stood behind us and placed his hands over our heads. The Master proceeded to take control over our mind and being, beginning with a gradual and increasing state of ecstasy that eventually morphed into the revelation of the resurrection itself. This is best described as being placed in a vast ocean of divine love where we began to slowly sink. The deeper we sank, the more and more powerful and extremely intense did divine love become. Several minutes later, and after being soaked with tears, I wondered if our bodies were going to literally explode all over the theater. With that thought, and upon reaching the center of this vast ocean, a shift occurred. We entered into divine mind, the all-knowing mind of Christ. There was no further increase or decrease of the all-powerful divine love, as this divine and perfect balance of heart and mind then allowed us to enter the center of centers, the paradise kingdom, where all are truly one with the Creator Source and one with the infinite and eternal paradise kingdom, where we were one with untold numbers of God's one Son in absolute perfect equality, as the all-powerful heart of God and the all-knowing mind of God in perfect, holy matrimony. This center of center resides in what we call our spirit. This spirit is everyone's true being, true essence, our true home, and our true identity. This is far, far beyond the dimension of the near-death experience, and it is the kingdom that is within. Within the deepest part of our astonishing vastness, that is our true mind with a capital M. Join all this with the deeper meaning of the parable of the prodigal son, and you will see why we must take blasphemy off the table. You are about to discover answers that come from verifiable, revelatory miracles of the highest order and an amazing book that perfectly parallels my miraculous and revelatory experiences, titled A Course in Miracles, or ACIM. No author is listed. Real answers to our questions can be found here. These answers are not exactly what Orthodox religions have been offering for hundreds and thousands of years. Now there are revised answers that correct the errors of Orthodox Christianity. These two miracles and many more have been given to me that I may give their truth and meaning to you. What you have just been offered is not beliefs or possibilities or even facts. It is the truth. Somehow you found your way to this message, and here you are, either standing back as an observer or standing in what is cosmic, which can be overwhelming and is fearful, but only because of the ego and its function. Whether it is now or later, you must undergo your individual and personal transformation. Just to become ready to accept that you are the prodigal son, the one the Master was and is pointing to, perhaps you will begin with a conscious commitment to your transformation right here. PSP is offering the opportunity for you to become ready to receive what you have perhaps previously on one hand been afraid to entertain, while on the other hand, it is literally the greatest news in all of creation. You certainly are in good company, for the human dilemma is this: what man wants the most is what he fears the most. The truth that sets us free reveals that this fear is in place needlessly. So welcome to this opportunity and invitation, for you now stand at this crossroads in your life where it's time to make a decision. By the way, a longer version of the Revelation of the Ascension will be available on our Storytime video series. And all of the details can be found in my book titled The Return to Everything on Amazon. How all of this is joined with the truth that sets us free can be found in the story of the cosmic drama. But before going on to one of our video series, please consider the astonishing implications involved with your sincere answer to, are you the prodigal son? That answer being yes. So, bye for now, love to you, and keep looking up.